Guys, there is nothing better than sitting in your garden and just having a cup of coffee. It always warms my heart to just be here and look at the background. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying the shade from this plant that is running up. Yeah, last time you didn't see it. I have just put it up and I can't wait for it to catch up. You will see, you'll get the idea eventually. But yeah, the house is facing directly. It's very direct to the sun. So during certain time, I do not enjoy the balcony so much. And that is what I want to do. You remember the previous house, I had a curtain over a plant. Actually, it was this particular plant, and I am just going to do that here as well, so that we can enjoy and just hide in the balcony, have total privacy. Yeah, it's just nice. And of course, create some yeah, I used to have lots of birds. I still have them here. But once I have this plant crawling everywhere, I am going to have birds, more birds building in the nests. And it just makes me happy to have those neighbors. Huh? It is peaceful other than having negative neighbors. We have positive vibe, all the bird cries. Yeah, it's so peaceful having birds around. My grandfather used to tell the boys not to kill the birds in the compound, and now I understand why. Because he used to say they sing for him beautiful music. Of course, there is this one particular bird that is really extremely loud, and I keep telling my nephew to write down the name because Norbert, our brother here on YouTube, keeps asking for the name, and I really have to work on that. I have promised him countless times. Although I've asked my nephew many times, I keep forgetting the name. But I promised to ask him to write it down for me. The last time I asked, he was watching football, and everybody was under tension. He supports Arsenal. We support I and Sarah and I support Manchester, and he supports Arsenal. So during the match between Arsenal and Manchester, everybody was quite tensed out. Uh, hmm, so I think he marbled the name, but I didn't quite get it. So this time, this evening, I'll get him in the right mood and just take for him a pen and paper to write down the name for me. So let's hope for the best today. So personally, I think urban farming is our future because a lot of things, a lot of developments are happening even in the rural areas now, and eventually we're going to run out of land, and that's why starting now, I think we should engage in urban farming to prepare for the future. We are already in that kind of future because we're experiencing a lot of climate change, which is affecting farmers in the rural areas. So supplies, the produce are limited and prices get hiked. So if you are growing your own food at home in your urban setting, then you'll be sorted. You won't have to worry about food during a crisis. Every time I am traveling to eastern Uganda, I don't worry about wherever I'm living around because there's plenty of food, lots of herbs to spice up your food, lots of vegetables from Chinese cabbage to black-eyed peas, to pigeon peas, so all I have to do is buy some meat and stock up the fridge, and the rest is all sorted out. But again, I started my own chicken, my poultry. How do you say it? Yes, I started out my own poultry, and now I have quite a number of birds. Although others are still young, but I'm quite excited because I won't have to worry about buying chicken for home consumption as well. Yeah, and that is really beautiful. In Soroti, I also plan to introduce some sheep so that every now and then we can just have a feast, have a roast. It's beautiful. Of course, we cater for the vegetarians as well, as we have lots of carrots, lots of other vegetables that can warm your heart as well. So if you're vegetarian, please don't feel offended. Uh, you are covered. Actually, you are more covered than us. So don't worry, everybody's covered. Especially, I'm quite excited about Soroti town, the things that are ongoing there, and the village as well. Remember, we advocate for urban farming, but we still do rural farming as well. Still, we have land in the villages. So as much as we advocate for urban farming, we are still also doing urban rural agriculture, supporting the rural farmers, etc., etc. So yeah, let us join hands and practice urban farming or farming in general wherever you are, because that is going to protect us from crises such as famine. And if you have access to water, don't wait for the rainy season to plant anything. You can always irrigate. The people who are located maybe in swamps, I know that swampy areas dry out usually during the dry spells. Um, but other areas near the lakes, the water is constant, so you can keep planting your plants. If you have access to any form of water body, please do not sit on it. Plant something, plant a tree, especially those of you who come from Soroti or the Teso region in general. We are on a plateau, and what we advocate for is planting more and more plants, not just food, but trees that will help us fight climate change. Yeah, we get very, very dangerous dry spells, guys, because we do not have forests. All we have is a thing like yoga. Yes. Yeah. So we don't have many forest areas, although other people are trying to plant trees for other purposes. But let us learn to just plant trees in our homes. Yeah, leave alone planting a whole eucalyptus forest to cut down eventually for timber, whatever reason you've planted. Let us just plant trees to exist. And once we cut down these trees for whatever reason, or they fall out for, sometimes they're struck down by lightning, whatever, or they get they rotten, let us learn to replace these trees, because yeah, climate change is real. And as the urban farmers, as the urban people, we need to learn to plant our own food, because relying on the rural farmers will get us nowhere, as climate change is definitely affecting us. Uh, you realize that it's supposed to be dry season, but it's been raining in Kampala recently. It rains, of course, shines, but it gets very confusing because we don't know when the rains are, when it's supposed to rain. It is sunny. It's supposed to be dry. It is rainy. So that can confuse farmers so much in that they don't plant when the rains are there. and the plant when the sun it's just getting dry, the dry spell is on the way. So it's very confusing to farmers these days to know when exactly to plant their crops. And most of the times we do it at the wrong time because there's a drastic climate change which is affecting us every day. So let us learn to engage in urban farming. And urban farmers, please don't have any excuse for not planting even during the dry spell. If you can access water, of course, we have mostly tap water. Um, you can still use that water to water because to irrigate your plants, because we do not have a lot of plants in the urban setting. If you have just a couple of gardens or a few containers, that shouldn't stop you from planting even during the dry spell. So please let us plant all throughout the year so that we can have food throughout the years, especially the vegetables. And also please plant trees. As much as I love here in Kampala, I have so many things that are growing. I have ornamentals. So you'll see flowers, you'll see cover plants, so they are ornamental plants, but also some of them are herbs. I have some trees growing, both fruits and of course other trees just for shade. So I grow a variety of things because I know that even if I don't have space for them here in Kampala, I can always take them to Soroti or other places, or even sell them or give out to people who want and need them. But again, we should all want and need plants because they help us in a number of ways. Huh? Like I said, guys, I am going to take you on a tour, an update of what I have going on in the garden. I planted new things from groundnuts to more corn, etc. etc. And of course, others are still really very small, but I'm excited to update you on what we have starting off this year. Uh, let us do that.
I have a number of different types of passion fruits that are growing in my garden, and this is just one of them. I'm not so sure how to differentiate them because I have the purple, I have the local yellow ones. So whatever, we'll see when they start fruiting. And of course I have this. This is a mulberry tree and I have a number of them growing everywhere. So yeah, this one has a lot of ripe berries which I'm excited to pick. So let's do that. These bananas are also catching up, making me very happy. And of course, underneath, I have a number of things growing. I have onions, I have groundnuts, some ornamental plants, beans, yeah, and a number of herbs as well. So I practice companion planting that enables me to plant a variety of things in the same space, and of course that maximizes my harvest, my produce. So and that is the reason as to why I always encourage each and every one of you to practice companion planting. Here I have tomatoes, so there are just so many things all mixed up here. More passion fruits. So yeah. One of the vegetables that I love planting is the mustard green, And right here I have beans, marigold, bok choy, all growing up together, of course, including corn, pepper. So the beauty of a companion planting is just to maximize production. And of course, eventually I am going to harvest so many things in just one bed. So you can see everything is just green and growing nicely. Guys, let us not forget our Skuma Wiki. I told you the meaning of Skuma Wiki, right? Yes, I learned from our Kenyan friends, which is really heartwarming to learn. So yeah, let us not forget to plant some skuma, spinach, more pepper, just a variety of things. Like here I have cassava also growing, sugarcane is right there. So there is almost everything growing in this small space, guys. So whatever space you have, you can grow one or two of these plants and you will reap whatever you reap. And of course, if you do it right, you are definitely going to be a happy urban farmer. Look at this bok choy. I have so many things growing, tomatoes everywhere. If I am to go and show you individual plants, I might take a whole day. So I'll spare you that trouble. But I am quite excited with this plant. This is what I was talking about to give us the shade at the balcony. And I can't wait. I can't wait for it to just catch up. And of course, I'm excited to show you. For those of you who don't know groundnuts, this is how it looks. And here is some coriander that is popping up as well. So more onions are growing. Actually, these onions were brought to me by my sister Sarah. Yeah, whenever she buys, she shares, and whenever I buy, I share. That is how it works. I have cassava, I have pawpaw. Guys, I have so many. I told you I have ornamental plants as well. So grow everything and anything and you'll just enjoy. The things that we grow that we don't really know, but they end up very beneficial to us because they turn out to be a particular type of herb that is important for something. So every day is a learning process for Sarah and I. I have sweet potatoes growing. So just a lot of things, guys. Look at this small space with so many things growing. These are all remnants of the previous corn. The tiny miserable ones, but still they have provided uh, some seeds for the next planting. I have created some sort of entrance and exit here. So let's look at what we have in this corner. Still I have the pumpkin growing vertically, and I have also a number of things that are growing here like the bok choy. It's been very wet, so a lot of things have been quite affected here, but I have pepper, I have the rocket, I have a lot of things that are growing here, the garden eggs, and of course I've planted other things as well, including of course these ornamental plants. The flowers are very important when it comes to our gardens as they attract pollinators. So let us make sure that we have at least a flower or two growing in our gardens. In this corridor, I have a number of things growing, just a variety, like the palms, the strawberries, the snake plants, lots of other things that are growing here. Right here, I have a variety of ornamental plants and herbs that are thriving. They've been here for some time. And yes, like I told you, if you have plants in containers like this, then you have to keep poking the soil so that you can enhance drainage. Good drainage is very important for our plants. So I have so many from that is another palm. I have a variety of things. Like I said, I can't take you through all of them. There are so many, and I have so many different types of things growing. So you will excuse me if I do not handle them individually. But yes, there's so many. So let me take you to the backyard so that we see what we have here. Here we had bananas growing, but I've just decided to start afresh. So I have lots of manure right there. And next to it, I have these cherry tomatoes. It's been giving, guys. If you have only two tomato trees like this, you're good to go. And of course, I have lots of strawberries. So many, so many plants. And here I have beans, Indian spinach, and what is that called? Yes, the chayote. That is it. So I have three things all mixed up here, and I can't wait to harvest all of them. So I get to eat three variety of things right here. I will also handle how to prepare chayote. Sarah taught me, discovered actually, and she told me about it, and I did as well, and it was delicious. So in this garden, I have still some things that are quite young. I removed the previous ones, but I still have those that are ongoing. That's why I tell you guys, include perennial plants in your garden so that when you're planting the others, these ones stay. So you just have to do maintenance like trimming, etc., to maintain your garden evergreen. So it's not going to just happen. You have to put in the work. Here I have I have a lot of broccoli that has been flowering, and I can't wait to get seeds. And of course I have also papaya. I have, guys, so many things. Like you can see, if you can discover them, then you can if you can recognize the different types of plants that I have, and then well, but yeah, I have so many growing, and I can't name them individually. Yeah, I have the okra too, guys. The crotons, the guava seedlings. I have tangerine seedlings, of course. Yes, our broccoli. I love seeing them, and I love seeing the other ones that are flowering. Just makes my heart tingle tingle. All right. Yeah. So the garden is a little bit bare, but things are actually there. I just transplanted so many things underneath, and I can't wait for them to show up more. But yeah, I am a happy farmer. So I have a very productive garden, but also a garden that doesn't take a lot of space. So again, whatever space you have, you can utilize and create your own garden area and benefit, like I am benefiting from a variety of things. So I have a lot of rosemary, guys. Anyway, let me pick some tomatoes because I have something in mind that I want to prepare. Look at this tree, guys. It has a lot of tomato fruit. It has so many, and I harvest like this every day. Of course, the birds have been helping me do some harvesting and consumption, but I'm happy to share. But again, whatever they leave behind, I do not waste. So I'm going to show you shortly what I do with what has fallen down after the birds have eaten. And yeah, we learn and we implement, and of course we grow. So there's just so many of these that I can't seem to finish harvesting, and that's okay, as long as we complete harvesting. That's all right. I am done harvesting, but there's still going to be a lot to do tomorrow, as these particular tree tomatoes ripens every day, and it's been amazing harvesting this each and every day. Yeah, so guys, just plant one or two of these tomato trees and you'll be good to go. You have constant supply. Now let me tell you what I do with these that the birds have thrown. I normally just dig out shallow holes like this, and then I squeeze out the seeds in them so that I can have new seedlings growing. So I bury even the skin so that it can rot in the soil, and whatever seed that is in there left can still grow as well. So there is nothing that goes to waste. Everything is utilized properly. So given like a week or so, not even a week, I think a few days, I'll be seeing new seedlings of tomatoes growing up. Yeah, it makes me very happy not being wasteful like this. So let us learn to share with our birds. They are also doing a lot of work in our gardens, helping us to pollinate our plants. And they're just beautiful hearing them sing around. Yeah, it's been great so far. I have a variety of these little birds that are always visiting, and they always come in very beautiful colors. I will take time and take a video of them, but usually they find me when I'm not ready. Anyway, this has been my harvest so far: the beans and the tomatoes and some pepper. Yeah, I love harvesting this pepper. It's just nice to pick it fresh from the garden, and some of them I dry to plant, and of course dry to just store. So this is a general view of the garden. I am well pleased.
So I pray and hope that our 2025 is going to be as fruitful as we dream it to be. Because whenever we start out a new year, we dream of big things, and sometimes life happens, but nevertheless, let's hope for the best. Uh, yes. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. We shall be doing more and more this year. Uh, And of course, also doing more outside Kampala, outside Soroti, whatever. Like I said, we are all about harmon farming, but that doesn't stop us from venturing into other things. So let us hope for the best. And I truly, truly wish you the very best of 2025. Until next time, guys. Bye bye.